Jamber.com?
That's correct.
What is Jamber.com?
Think of Jamber as PayPal, but entirely for the entertainment industry, built from the ground up.
Okay, explain that.
We really specialize in moving money and moving all the data that helps get artists paid as quickly as possible. That's our sweet spot.
Okay, so explain that to me.
So, for example, when it comes to creating music, when we think about it in our minds as fans, they're in a studio, they're kind of just jamming out. But in reality, for professional music, there's a lot of paperwork involved. Mm-hmm. It has not changed in the last 30 years. Jamber automates all that paperwork, and in the process, we can get these guys paid instead of 8 months to a year that it used to take. Mm-hmm. When they use Jamber, we can get them paid in 2 days for the first time.
So, do you work with big bands or local bands? Or?
We do. So we're really focused right now on the big bands. So in the music industry, the top 1%, they make about 73% of all the money out there. Mm-hmm. And one of the things we're doing, though, that middle-class musician, they play on all the albums, get them paid faster first. That's where we're starting. The labels, we have some great labels we're working with in Nashville. Mm-hmm. We're working with the Philharmonic in Chicago. So some fantastic clients.
Is it just music?
It's just music, but music across the entertainment industry. So music even in film and television. Yeah. Music for live music, which we're doing a lot this year. Some festivals, SimFest we're working with. Just anything and everything music. But we're starting off with the professional musician.
Gary, how are you involved in this?
Through the Nashville Entrepreneur Center, when Project Music is their accelerator. It's the first in the world music tech incubator.
Right.
And Marcus and Jamber were one of 8 teams chosen for the inaugural program last year, and I was a mentor in the program.
Right.
And Marcus asked me to join their advisory board.
Right. So explain to the musician out there how this works for them.
I think musicians themselves, it starts with the pain. Very few musicians know how much money they're owed, when they're going to get it, mm-hmm. and where it's coming from.
So you're saying a band hires a drummer,
right?
And there isn't a contract. I hire you for 6 months. I hire you for a job. Or are you talking like royalties on the albums?
So great question on both sides of it, right? So number one, when you're talking about the recorded music, when it's like a product. When you create a song, you don't get paid right away. A lot of times, it goes out into the world, internet, streaming, whatever. You get paid months, years later. Mm-hmm. How much are you being paid? Where is it coming from? Why do they owe you that?
I always thought, is there somebody in a back room filling that out? And how, with all the fraud out there, I would think more people would be defrauding all these artists.
That's exactly the problem. Fraud is a huge concern, but in reality, in most cases, it's just the machine can't keep up, right? You have stacks and stacks of paper that we determine how to pay someone. From your W-4s, and it's boring stuff, but it's important stuff. Mm-hmm. Your union forms, etc. When that money comes out 2 or 3 years later, and I see Gary Wall's name on a piece of paper, I don't know who Gary Wall is. I'm not how to find this guy.
He's on your advisory board.
Yeah, well, yeah, this Gary Wall I know very well. But in the world of music, part of the problem, and that's why you're seeing more lawsuits go out right now. So a couple lawsuits against Spotify, more lawsuits on copyright.
Right.
The big issue is transparency. There was no transparency.
The other thing too is now you used to buy a 45,
yeah.
and you'd play it forever.
That's right.
And you would never know how many times somebody played that 45.
That's correct.
But now you download a song from Spotify, and it plays 8 billion times in a month.
Yeah, right.
And so the artist gets paid every time it's downloaded, right?
Every time it's streamed, yes.
But the artist only got paid once when you bought the 45.
That's true, but the margins on the 45 were higher. Like we understood 45s, we understood albums because we were selling a package deal. So that's the cash flow behind albums from 45s to CDs was better on paper. Streaming gives us better tracking, but they're smaller fractions of that actual song revenue. Does that make sense?
Right. So the song now downloaded, you get 0.0001
exactly.
cents.
0.00001 cents per stream or per time it's played.
Right.
And that adds up very slowly.
So is this, and the website or the app, is it an app or is it a website or
both?
both?
So it's both. It's an app and a website as well. The website is really used for the labels. It's kind of like sit at a desk, put data in, get money out.
Right.
The app is meant for anyone to use.
So is this going to do away with record companies?
Absolutely not. I think, well, look at it this way. Our first clients are record companies. The reason is
they're just the back office. This is the back office.
Our web tool is called back office.
And so really this, in a sense, makes people become record artists or record labels. It gets people to become a record label much easier.
That's absolutely true. If you look at independents, they're still just focused on creating music. But money, revenue is the lifeblood of any industry. Music is no exception. But if you don't understand metadata, if you don't understand how that digital record of everyone that touched the song, who contributed, the writers, engineers, that affects your long tail. That determines not just what you're paid today, but what you're paid in the future. And if that's not airtight, you may never see that money.
What does this do for the person who just likes to listen to music?
Well, we're doing some really cool things on that end, actually. So we're working on a prototype. Even if you just like to listen to music, I remember picking up a CD in Tower Records, flipping it over, seeing the producer, and discovering other music that way. Jamber will let you do that as well. So we're sharing our data with companies like YouTube. We're talking to Shazam, so that when you Shazam a song, you can see maybe the producers and writers and find other great music that you want to have in your life, which is that's one of the most exciting parts for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary, is this going to revolutionize the world again?
Oh, yeah, I think so. It's really an engine. It'll actually remove a lot of friction, and it also puts a lot of power. It decentralizes power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You know, and it really just gets back to the putting energy into the thing that everyone wants.
Right.
The musicians want to perform and get paid. People want to listen to the music. The music companies really would like to put all their energy into getting the projects out faster.
Right. I would think, and this is sort of a pie in the sky question, but I would think it would be easily transferable to news and information, right? So the St. Louis Post-Dispatch writes a story. I produce an interview, and I put it up on the webpage. I don't get anything for that. But if someone's able to watch it and they're able to pay me 0.00001 cent, right?
That's right.
They're paying for the content, and the content provider is actually getting paid for their work.
That's correct. That's exactly, I think the most surprising thing is how many different ways Jamber can be used, to your point. If there's a place out there where there's metadata or this record of everyone that touched the project or contributed to it, and there's money on the back end of that, that's where Jamber thrives.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the St. Louis Post-Dispatch has a great article, and people read it, and they don't pay for it.
That's exactly it.
And at some point, someone's going to have to pay for that reporter to go out and write the story, and the editor to edit it, and everybody else. And so how is that going to be? And since
That's right.
someone's going to have to end up paying for that. It's really interesting.
Well
All right.
said.
So what's the takeaway? So anyone listening to this, anyone who's got a band, they can certainly do this themselves, right? This is for...
Yeah, this is wide open. So the Jamber for the band level, it's free to use. We're in beta right now. They just go in, ask for an invite. We send it to them. They sign up. And it's such a powerful tool. Your buddies can walk in even to your basement studio, check in on the app, and they get credit for being a part of that song. And that has never existed before the way we're doing it.
Jamber.com, Jamber, Jamber.com. Gary Wall and Marcus Cobb, guys, thanks for coming in.
Girl, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You
man.
got it.
Have a good one.
8:30 here, Big 550, KTRS. Very cool. Thanks, sir. Yeah, great. Thank you.
David. 9:31 here at the Big 550 KTRS. Time to take a look at traffic. Here's Ed Smarin in the KTRS Traffic Center. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning. On 270 eastbound, accident cleared near the Chain of Rocks Bridge. So we still have heavy traffic, though, due to this. Looks like the backup starts around Lilac, but all lanes are back open. We still have flooding closure 94 both ways from Solly to 67. Most of those long-term flooding closures, though, are cleared up, and majority of the roads, actually almost all of the roads, are back open now and moving normally. Traffic brought to you by Hum by Verizon. Want a smarter, safer car? Just plug in Hum by Verizon, and you instantly get vehicle diagnostics and pinpoint roadside and emergency assistance. Learn more at hum.com. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Ed Smarin on the Big 550 KTRS.
Temps today look great. Highs upper 50s this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, a warming breeze. Temperatures are way above normal. 43 the low tonight. We'll see some clouds around, maybe a few spotty showers tonight into tomorrow. And then a cold front moves through, so dropping temperatures late Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Cold temps, highs in the 20s and 30s. There could be some flurries Saturday night. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Glenn Zimmerman for the Big 550 KTRS.
Clear skies, 41 degrees here at the Big 550 KTRS.
This is McGraw Live on KPLR 11.2, STLtoday.com, and the Big 550 KTRS.
Hi, this is Jeff Lapidus